There's just one bit of tape here that I'm going to cut. And then it's just got a lid. Got the instructions, and here's the cup. I've bought the mini. It was actually quite a bit smaller than I was expecting it to be. So this is going to be the first time I'm using this. So actually, if I fold it, do you see like that? This is the tampon that I would normally use. It's going to be a bit bigger when it's going in, but I don't have an issue with using this tampon. So I'm really hoping that the cup that's not too much bigger, I'm not going to have any problems with. But this is my first time using a menstrual cup and I'm pretty nervous, not gonna lie. I am going to try and not be too graphic. I'm going for the C fold method. Just there. Anyway, so it's got some nice instructions in here. Okay, so it's been in boiling water for a couple minutes now. I'm worried it's going to melt very irrationally. It's come out the water and it's fine. It seems to be holding pretty well, which gives me confidence. It doesn't go through the little holes. Firstly, the only thing I wish it had was actually indications on how much blood it is at each level. There are, you probably won't be able to see it. I'm hoping you can see that, but there is one line there and one line there. However, neither of these have measurements. But I do know that this cup is 17 millilitres, so I would guess that they would be about 5 and 10 indications, maybe. But yeah, on first glance, everything seems okay. I just wish it had some measurements so that I could measure how much blood I'm losing just a little bit more accurately. Because I do have what I think are quite heavy periods. It's about 7 days long. So I think that's quite a heavy period, but I'm not actually sure how much blood I lose. Maybe I don't have a heavy period, but I would like to use this to be able to calculate how much blood I lose. If in my vagina it's still like this and hasn't done that, then I need to feel around the outside and possibly twist that. So I'm quite worried about that too. It's just about as fiddly as I was expecting, but I'm not very experienced with turning the cup in my vagina yet, so I'm hoping that that's going to go alright for a first time user. Hello, welcome to my bathroom. Let's put this in, shall we? I don't know where to put it down so I can wash my hands, because I want this all to be sterile. Ow. Oh no, that's gone very wrong. Well, that went really wrong. It's here and it's not inside of me. I washed the cup, I washed my hands. It was all fine. I thought I was relaxed. So what actually went wrong is that this went inside of me and the stem was still sticking out. I hadn't got it in far enough. Let's say that this is outside my body and this is inside my body. So it actually went in really quickly. It went in a lot quicker than a tampon. It had a lot less friction. Then it was like that. The stem was still outside of me and that was really hurting me. Obviously it wasn't very comfortable anyway, but having that wasn't good. But this had opened up so it couldn't go up either. It didn't go very well. I'm quite scared after that ordeal, honestly. It was quite I panicked a lot. I really tensed my muscles quite a lot, which was not good. Don't do that. To actually keep it folded, I was holding it from the middle. However, I think I really had to hold it further down so I could push it further up. That was, I think, where I mostly went wrong. So, and then I'm going to try again. I'm going to try the punch down. So I kind of fold it in on itself more. This. See, I feel that that's going to be a bit wide, but I can hold it further down and a bit easier. Whereas with the C-fold, I mean, I can hold it at the bottom, but this bit is, that's really big. Honestly, that's not going in me. See, where I mainly think I went wrong was I had to hold it from the middle to insert it. Because actually, if I try and hold it lower down, that unfurls a bit and I can't even hold it, and it's just a little bit too wide to get in me. So I'm a bit nervous about that, particularly after having it go wrong once already. I'm pretty disappointed that it didn't go in properly, but I'll try again. Honestly, I'm not quite relaxed because I'm quite scared, but here goes nothing. Well, that went in okay. I'm just gonna sit down on the floor. So I'm on the bathroom floor because the stem is still sticking out of me. Why? The cup is all the way in, but the stem is sticking out of me, and I'm pretty sure the cup is still folded. I just don't know how to get it in there. So the cup is there. It's sitting there, but it just doesn't want to go up any further, which is a bit of an issue considering it's just about in my vagina. So I'm gonna have to take it out again, because it is actually really quite uncomfortable the way it's sitting. Well, it's not sitting in the right place. It's half sticking out of me. So, and I can't really walk without discomfort and I'm just sitting on the bathroom floor because of it. Oh my god. I'm afraid the cup has beaten me once again. So I'm going to go to bed pretty soon. I'm going to try and sleep in the cup. But to think I've spent about half an hour today just sitting on the toilet trying to get a piece of silicone to go up my vagina. It's a bit of a strange thought, but it happened. And as you know, it didn't go very well. The first time, the C-fold, not the way to go. It really panicked me, and I just had to take it out. Punch down, it went in pretty well, but the stem was sticking out and that was really uncomfortable. So I decided that I had to remove it. I just couldn't, it wasn't going up there. I don't want to chop the stem off yet. The second time when I tried to remove it, I actually tugged on the stem and it just made this huge suction and it really, really hurt. So I think I did that right. I think that the cup was open and creating that suction. So I think the second time was right. It just needed to be higher. So yeah, I think you need to pinch the base to release the suction. I feel like I pull the string really hard when I remove a tampon. And actually this cup goes in really easy, slips up my fingers really easily, and also when you tug on the stem, it moves. But honestly, that one is my own fault. I did read the instructions which said pinch the base, and I still thought let's tug on the stem. So that was completely my fault, and not following the instructions properly. Yeah, I'm going to try and sleep with it now, using a very similar method to the second time. I'm hoping the stem's gonna not be there, but if it is, I'm sleeping, and it won't be as uncomfortable. I'm not moving, I'm not conscious, of course. So yeah, for the first day it wasn't too great, shall we say, but we'll see how the second day of my period is. Good night. Last night went quite well, I think. So it went in no problems. However, when I went to bed, I noticed that the stem was sticking in me a little bit. I could feel it, but it wasn't like painful, it was just a bit uncomfortable. I knew it was there, but it wasn't an issue. However, this morning, when I woke up, I couldn't feel the stem anymore, which I know is good, but I knew that meant the base had travelled up further, and as I found out when removing it, I couldn't reach the base. I was wearing a pad as well as a menstrual cup, but I actually had quite a bit of leaking, and I'd say I had about half a pad's worth of blood. However, when I'd removed the cup, I had a full cup. So, if the cup is 17 millilitres, and I also had a decent amount of blood extra as well, I'm gonna give a lower end estimate of losing 20 millilitres of blood in 7.5 hours. So maybe I do have a really heavy period after all. So I'm very glad I wore the pad, because I had an overflowing cup. I was really hoping that it wasn't going to leak, but it did leak. It was the first time the cup's actually sat in me for a period of time. I did try twisting the base, but as I said last night, I'd pushed it in far enough so that I could only just touch the base. I couldn't grip it to rotate it. And then this morning I had to pull on the stem, and there was suction. That's what I don't understand. I'm having suction, but the cup still hasn't unfurled properly, and so it's leaking. I don't understand. So this morning I had to pull on the stem, but I could feel the suction, which really hurt. But I had to kind of pull it down a little bit so that I could grip the space and then remove it, which was uncomfortable but doable. The only issue I have was I don't understand why the cup leaked so much. I know it was overflowing. I know there was suction, which makes me think that it was unfurled, but then it leaked so much that I think that it can't have been in place properly. So I don't really know what happened there. But yeah, I'm very happy that I've made quite a lot of progress, I feel, in the last day. In the last 24 hours, I've gone from having a cup that wasn't going in at all with the C-fold to actually being able to wear a cup for a period of time and it not being in discomfort while wearing it. Hello, so it's coming towards the end of day 2 of my period. I've worn the cup all day, it's been pretty good. Inserting it this morning was okay, even though removing it was really bad. I haven't had any discomfort while wearing it, which is really good. However, for the first kind of 6 hours, there was absolutely no leaking. But in the last 3-4 hours, it's been leaking a lot. I've been wearing a pad all day just in case. I'm not sure if that's because the cup is overflowing. I would think that the cup would be here and all the blood would just kind of pile on top, but maybe it's because the cup fills completely and it starts overflowing, because having the first 6 hours where there was no leaking makes me think that I actually have the cup in the right place and it's all going well, but then suddenly it starts leaking and I'm thinking maybe that's because it's overflowing. So this evening instead I'm going to remove the cup, have a bath, and then try putting it in. I've worn it all day and there hasn't been any discomfort, except removing it this morning, so not too bad.